one of the therapists here at CWFL. I will go ahead and share my screen, and the topic we will be discussing today for today's Tuesday, Thriving Tuesday, is going to be resilience. Especially in the present day, during these uncertain times, resilience has become one of those things that is much so necessary because we are going through such a difficult time. With that being said, I will go ahead and share my screen momentarily, and then we can go ahead and get started with our Thriving Tuesday. Let's see. As I said, my name is Susanna Shiranian, and I'm one of the therapists here at CWFL. I have the phone number for our center up at the top and as well as on the bottom, 213-821-0800. If you'd like, if you ever need assistance, guidance, support, counseling, please feel free to go ahead and give us a call, and we can go ahead and have, hello?
Hey there, you're good.
Oh, I froze for a split minute. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
We can go ahead and schedule you to be seen with one of our therapists. Resilience, we all need it. As I said, will be our topic for the day. What is resilience? So resilience is very broad. But if we were to kind of condense it and give a specific definition to resilience, it would come out to probably be coping with stress in a positive way is known to be resilience. Resilience is often tested when a person has to kind of recover from difficulties that may include stress from everyday life, needs, stressors. Trauma is another really important time when resilience really comes into play, and unfortunate life events. Resilience is a key element in well-being and thriving from major setbacks and life challenges. So when one is going through stress, resilience is one of those things that will help get through that negative stressor, help get through that negative challenge in a positive manner. What are some of the benefits of resilience? These four are some of the major ones. We can go ahead and kind of dissect them in just a moment. However, resilience doesn't have an ending point. Resilience is a good cause to any form of stress because it helps you overcome in a healthy manner. So resilience is associated very much so with lower rates of depression. So the better resilience, the higher resilience you have to a negative situation, you are more likely to have a lower rate of depression. In addition to that, you are more so able to maintain a healthy life balance. So with resilience, you kind of learn to work with the stress, however, by overcoming it with some positive coping mechanisms. You'll have a greater life satisfaction, endurance, positivity. So all these really important sectors of resilience help overcome what it is that you may be going through. Resilience strategies. Now, with everything being said in the previous slide, the strategies will kind of go ahead and give a guideline as to how you can become a more resilient person. Once again, these are some of the major ones, major pointers. However, there is never an ending point as to how you can be resilient. Resilient is one of those things where you build yourself. You understand how to meet yourself where you are at emotionally. But here are some of the very important strategies that may be very much so helpful. So eating healthy meals on timely manners. Getting plenty of sleep is another one. So if you're grumpy, chances are not likely you're going to be very positive. And let's just say a negative stressor were to happen, you wouldn't be as motivated to work through that negative stressor in a positive manner. Maintaining social connections to people and groups that are meaningful for you, such as family, colleagues, friends, whomever you consider to be a meaningful person in your life, maintaining those social connections and social ties is going to be very much so helpful in you building that resilience factor within yourself. Volunteering or giving back to those in need. Oftentimes than not, when going through a hardship, you do realize that there are others who may also be in need. So sometimes going out of your way to be a volunteer at a local community event even, or giving back to those who may need help is going to be one of those things that is also going to help build your resilience. Finding aspects that bring pleasure and enjoyment. What are some hobbies of yours? When was the last time you kind of stopped yourself and asked yourself, what do I enjoy doing on my weekends? How can I kind of overcome this hardship I'm going through in a positive manner? So these very important questions will help you navigate and understand where you are in your resilience, how you can build on it, and how can you become a more resilient person. By asking yourself these very important aspects, such as what brings me joy, pleasure, you are allowing yourself to kind of gain access to your needs, to understand where you might want to improve on a little bit more. Lastly, going up to the first bullet point, outdoor exercise, meditation, management activities such as yoga are always very good resilience strategies as well, because you have the time to kind of stop the stressors you may be experiencing, get in tuned with yourself, ask yourself where you need help, where you might need some guidance, support, and through those questions, you come to realize you may be needing to ask for more help. And by asking for more help, you may become a stronger and a more resilient person. Resilient individuals are able to care for themselves and others on a day-to-day basis, in addition to during emergency situations. Resilience is very much so important when dealing with an emergency situation. Even COVID-19, a resilient person is more likely to care for themselves during these hardships, care for their colleagues, their friends, family members emotionally, and even so maybe physically, but also being mindful of themselves and allowing themselves to grow within that experience. Resilient individuals are also able to actively support their neighborhoods, workplaces, communities to recover a little bit faster and healthier after hurdles. They are more confident and hopeful about overcoming present and future difficulties. So of course, present day, there are some difficulties we are going through, but by being confident and hopeful and resilient during these difficult times, you are able to kind of understand that even future difficulties will be easier to overcome, since we are going through hardships now and we are doing the best that we can. Get needed resources more effectively and quickly. So if you're more so resilient, you will be likely to have more resources in hand. You might actually do things a little bit more effectively and quickly. So if you are to be more so hopeless, less confident, chances are not likely you will want to get out there and ask for resources. You will work a little bit slower and less effective. So resilient individuals do bring a lot of positive sectors. In addition to that, by being resilient, you are more likely to be physically and mentally healthier. And in this instance, you will be physically and mentally healthier, chances are more likely you will miss fewer days of work. And by missing fewer days of work, you will be able to maintain a better social connection, of course, your job within itself, family connections, because if you are stressing in one sector of your life, chances are very likely that the stressors from that sector are going to transfer over to some other sectors. So for instance, if you are having issues at work, chances are likely sometimes you may take those burdens and place them elsewhere. So it is rather important to become a resilient person if you already aren't so. And as I mentioned in the previous slide, there are ways that you can work on yourself to become a stronger person, a more hopeful person, and a more resilient person during hardships. With that being said, I will go ahead and give the platform to everybody that is with us present moment to ask for some questions, comments, concerns, and then we can take it from there.